Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of Dimes Only Podcast. I'm your co-host, Jorge, and to my left, I got my very good friend, Buddy Sandoval. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be back. We're talking about football again, man. Great week. How are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing good. Just a lot of ups and downs, up and downs. But overall, it could be better, but doing good.
Yeah, man. I get you on that one. A lot of good. You got to take the good with the bad, right?
Yeah.
So, as you know, we're going to be talking about fantasy football. We're going to talk about the NFL, recap of their games. And we're going to give you guys our top 5 teams heading into week 4. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dimes Only Podcast, Spotify, Dimes Only Podcast. Like, subscribe, comment to our channel. We would really appreciate it. George, you ready to get this thing rocking and rolling?
I'm ready, man.
All right, let's do it. I would be remiss if we were not to start off with the 70-point barrage that the Miami Dolphins put up against the Denver Broncos, who were supposed to be better than last year. I certainly had high expectations for them. Not as high expectations, but definitely better from last year. That was just crazy, man. No one saw that coming.
So let me, the Broncos are tricky because let me tell you something. They got better on the offensive side, but I feel like they got worse in the defensive side. I think last year they allowed some of the fewest points in the NFL, but were the least scoring team in the NFL. And now they put up numbers because I think against the Commanders they put up 33?
Yeah.
They put up 33.
Well, that Hail Mary saved them at the end.
But they got 35 put on them. 35, 36, somewhere around their line by the Commanders. Mm-hmm. First week, I don't remember how much. They lost, though.
Yeah.
Who did they play for week 1?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Oh, that was a low-scoring game. Yeah. It was like 17-13 or something like that. But now they got put 70 on their head, and they scored 20. I mean, which is not bad, but...
No, it is.
No,
it
the
is
offense.
bad.
No, the offense says how like that. They still score. No. The 70 points is bad. No. Yeah. Let me rephrase myself. The 70 points is bad, but the 20 points by them is an improvement of what they would have scored last year. They at least got put 20 up there, which makes doesn't make sense.
So it's like you're taking away something. You're not. How do I say this? Like you're gaining something, but you're also they're taking away
their
something.
Defense got worse, but their offense got better.
A little better.
They could actually score touchdowns.
Yeah, man. It's just, I mean, I think it's hard being a Denver Broncos fan right now. Shout out to Jesus right there, man. That was tough. Like, I don't even know when I found out about the score. I think it might have. This was an early game, right?
It was a 10 o'clock
game for us. Yeah, I think I might have found out maybe like towards the 1 o'clock games. I think maybe when I was scrolling on Twitter or something like that, I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, are the Broncos like playing with like 9 guys on the field? Like, what the heck is going on here? But the Miami Dolphins, man, they just showed that offense is dangerous. Yeah. Will continue to be dangerous
without Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, without Jalen Waddle, who missed his first game ever as a pro due to concussion protocol. This is the most points that an NFL team has scored since 1966. So it's been close to 50, close to what's that, 47? No, like 57 years.
Yeah,
I think, right? That's just, man, just that offense is scary. It is electrifying, and bro, without Jalen Waddle, who is not arguably, but their second most explosive player on their team, man. Yeah, just guys showed up. It was just crazy,
bro.
To watch.
Everyone was scoring tutties. Even Robbie Chosen scored a tutty, bro.
The new Robbie Chosen, a.k.a. formerly known as Robbie Anderson.
But before that, it was Chosen Anderson.
Yeah, he changed it, I think, 2 times.
Yeah, so it was Robbie Anderson, Chosen Anderson, and then Robbie Chosen.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about that game, too. I just forgot what I was going to say.
The Broncos, something about...
No, something about Dolphins. I forgot what I was gonna say. Totally forgot. But 70 points is crazy.
That is crazy.
They had no Jalen Waddle, Tyreek. They are electrifying, and their guys are no taller than 6 feet. Like their main guys.
Yeah, it's
Tyreek
crazy.
Hill like 5'11", 5'10".
Jalen Waddle's not
Like
that tall as well.
5'11". Tua.
Tua's not a big guy either.
Yeah, and the newly added A-Chain. He's like 5'9", 5.
Me and you were talking about this.
Achan,
The way you pronounce it is not A-Chain.
I know.
It's something else. I
Achan,
heard it earlier,
think.
but I cannot remember how you pronounce it. Achan, no, not Achan. I don't know. I forget right now.
And his team
right now, how about we just call him just by his first name, Devon.
Yeah. And also no Jalen Ramsey on the secondary.
Still no Jalen Ramsey.
No Jalen Ramsey.
Out until December.
When he comes back, we'll see how the defense is. But they're the real deal. I know you didn't like Tua before, but
well, I mean,
do you like him now?
I chose the Dolphins to win the AFC East.
No, I know you did, but
this is why, because of their offense, it is going to be the best in the league. Their defense will do good enough. The Bills are not the same team. The Patriots have their how do you say? They're just not. They don't have enough. And then the Jets, I didn't believe in them before Aaron Rodgers, and then even now it's even worse with possibly the worst quarterback. I'm gonna say the 31st worst starting quarterback.
32nd.
You know who the 32nd worst quarterback is? No, the 32nd ranked quarterback is there. 726 total yards, man, by the Dolphins. Just incredible to watch.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. Now going to a game that was probably just as surprising in a different way. The Cardinals being taken down by the apparently not tanking.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, sorry. The Cowboys getting taken down by the apparently not tanking Arizona Cardinals there, man. 28-16 was the final score there. Cowboys allowed 400 total yards on offense, 222 rushing yards. Just crazy there, man. Very unexpected.
Yeah, I had that one too. The surprise by the Cardinals. I don't think they're moving away from Kyler just yet. I mean, looks like they're not. They don't want to tank to get Caleb, the best college football player in the nation right now.
Definitely.
But, yeah, I don't know what happened with the Cowboys. I think this is a wake-up call for them. I mean, I know we're only 3 games in, but, I mean, we thought they're, like, the real deal. I mean,
I still think they are the real deal.
But I think the problem had to do with the way Dak played that game. Everyone kept saying that he was completely ass that game. I'm sorry for my language. But I didn't watch the game. Not the whole. Wait, where was I? They played at what? 10? 1
No,
o'clock.
they played at 1. It was at Arizona.
Okay, I didn't watch the game, but the full game. But I heard that Dak played awful. But like I said, it's probably a wake-up call. But Cardinals are looking good because all their games have been close. They haven't been. So who did they lose to?
Yeah, they're fighting, man. Week 2 they blew the lead to the Giants. Allowing 31 points in the second half. In week 1, let me check real quick now that I'm here.
Yeah, the Giants beat them.
And they lost a close one to the Commanders.
Yeah, the Giants beat them, but the Cowboys put 40 on the Giants. I don't know, makes no sense, but. That's football, ladies.
Yeah, that's football, man. It is a week-to-week basis here, and it sucks because the Cowboys did lose their top defender in Trayvon Diggs earlier last week. A lot of people will blame it on him, but he is a secondary player. You cannot put that blame or have that responsibility towards Trayvon Diggs. They allowed 222 rushing yards. That is a problem with the front 7 there. They were just completely manhandled by the Cardinals. James Conner running all over them, 98 yards. Joshua Dobbs even got 55 yards, just scrambling, doing his own thing. So it was not really. Obviously, he will be missed. Me and you don't view Trayvon Diggs as highly as others, but at the same time, I mean, he's an All-Pro, Pro Bowl corner for a reason. So that part of their defense will continue to be hurt, but that is not the reason why they lost. They were just completely manhandled. in the trenches by the Cardinals, and they don't seem to be the worst team in the NFL. George, like you said, they're putting up fights. They're being very competitive in these games, and I think that title of the worst team belongs to the Chicago Bears. Just a completely embarrassing performance. I know it's the defending champs. You're on the road. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, heck, even Taylor Swift, even in the crowd there. But just they don't look fluid on any facet of their team. The offense looks dreadful, especially Justin Fields, who is the worst quarterback in the league, at least going into week 4. And that defense just nothing excites you about that defense. No one in the second. Their secondary was dropping like flies in the beginning of that game, but still, no one they could truly rely on. Just ugly by the Bears, man. I don't know if you have anything on Justin Fields and if they should go after Caleb Williams.
I mean, I think at this point you should. Justin Fields has been there for what, 3 years?
Horrific.
3 years?
3 years, yes.
3 years. He hasn't really developed. But also, at least they didn't get 70 put on them. But they did look. I mean, they've been looking atrocious. I mean,
they allowed 34 in the first half, so it's kind of halfway there, a little bit less.
But Chicago Bears just been looking atrocious the whole season. Well, the whole 3 games.
They're bad.
They're really bad.
Historically bad.
No offensive game, no defensive game. Like, if I know we're not into fantasy yet, but if your players play Chicago Bears, just start them. Just start them. Chicago Bears or the Broncos, just start them, because those are probably the 2 worst defense in the league. But yeah, like I said, Chicago Bears are just atrocious in both ways, secondary and their offense. So, I mean, nothing much to talk about.
Yeah, man. Through just lasting there through their first 3 games, they're being outscored. I'm not sure what the number. They're being outscored somewhere between 111 points to 46 points. So they've scored 46 points in the entire season so far. That is just horrendous. They do have a new GM in Ryan Poles. He didn't draft Justin Fields, so for him it would be a very easy transition to head into another chapter and possibly get that boy from Figueroa, so not that way, from USC. So we'll see what happens on that front. But yeah, man, right now Chicago Bears are definitely the worst team in the league, no question about it. Let's go to another thriller.
Wait, before we move on.
Yeah.
I finally remember what I was going to tell you about the Dolphins.
Okay, wow. Okay.
I was just thinking about it right now. So they had a chance to tie the most points in NFL history.
Yeah.
But they took a knee at the end, and they just decided to stay with the 70. So they could have had, what?
73.
73, yeah.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel thought that was the right decision there. A lot of people disagreed there. Like, hey, if you have the chance for history, go ahead and do it. But Miami stayed classy there. Speaking of staying classy, or maybe not staying classy, however it is, bad transition. A team who loves to be in thriller games, George, is the little bros here. The Los Angeles Chargers, once again, nail-biting win, 28-24. They avoid the 0-3 hole. They're now 1-2. They instead make the Minnesota Vikings 0-3 there. Kirk Cousins is absolutely balling. George, I don't know if you're able to catch this game, but very, very, very questionable, to me, idiotic choice by Brandon Staley, going for it on 4th and 1, less than 2 minutes left in the game, going for it on their own 24-yard line on 4th and 1. They fail to attempt. They turn the ball over, and the Minnesota Vikings have a chance to win the game. The Chargers defense saves Brandon Staley's ass. Literally saves, George. I think that if the Vikings would have scored there, they would have scored a touchdown, there is zero excuse not to fire Brandon Staley. That was just an idiotic, very, very dumb, very dumb. I don't know what he was thinking. I get it, but at the same time, you just cannot do that. That is not the right time to call that. You gotta punt it away. You gotta make them drive down the field. You cannot do that. His defense saved their ass, man.
So I didn't watch the end of that game just because I switched the channel to who played after that. I think Panthers did. But yeah, that the way you're explaining it, that's horrible right there. You put it away. You trust your defense. I mean, as you would even
You
had to
your
trust
defense
them
with more,
more
yards,
more yardage. I mean, I guess you trust them with you're playing
24 yards.
You're playing with fire. Like that's like playing with Russian roulette. Like you're just playing with it. So I think just punting the ball would have been the safest option. I mean, they got the win. I mean, an ugly win, I guess you can say.
I hope Brandon Staley went to church after that, bro.
An ugly win, you could call it. I mean, yeah, but that was horrible. Chargers needs to step it up. Other games have been closed. I don't know why they've been giving no biter. They lost to the Titans. They lost to who's the first team they lost to? Miami.
In that shootout.
Yeah. So, Miami. Yeah. I don't know. The Chargers need to flip the switch ASAP. I feel like because they're 1-2 now, but the way their games are going, they need to step it up and actually start beating teams by more and not playing with their food. Or
playing with their food.
Yeah.
And I mean, unfortunately, it's not going to get easier for them as they play their division rival, Las Vegas Raiders, and they lost Mike Williams as he tore his ACL. So that means rookie Quentin Johnson will need to step up. Joshua Palmer. Jalen Guyton, who will be coming back from his torn ACL. Not sure when he will play. He is on the PUP list. Could be activated as early as week 5, so we'll see there. But yeah, man, just real quick, man. Brandon Staley, I think at least right now through 3 weeks, Brandon Staley is the problem. You brought him in as a defensive coach, and somehow your defense has gotten worse. Right now, they are towards the end of almost every defensive category. They're allowing a ton of yards. Granted, they did play the Miami Dolphins, and they just played the Minnesota Vikings, who have an explosive offensive mind on their end. But to allow a team like the Titans to just
win,
no, not to win, but to for them to allow big plays or that amount of big plays to a Titans team who's not explosive on offense, those are big red flags, man. And Staley doesn't look like the guy. He doesn't look like the guy, but he's also not the guy that they had hoped for. So I think if they continue on this trend, man, I think there's some changes that need to be made, regardless whether they make the playoffs or not, man. Because this team is way too talented to have these hiccups over and over and over again.
Yep.
It's just, and I mean, like, just as a football fan, as someone who covers them, it's very, very frustrating to watch. And I'm sure just as fans, it's very frustrating to watch too. So I can't even imagine how they feel there, man. Just wanted to get that out there. You have any other games or any other takeaways before we move on?
Yeah, just one more quick one, because I had the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Chargers. Now we're looking at the quarterback that should have been taking number 1, Texans.
Ooh.
I just want to give a quick shout out to C.J. Stroud, who's been balling. Man. Bryce Young probably should have not got number 1. C.J. Stroud is showing his ability. He has not had a turnover, but C.J. Stroud is just amazing. I was watching him play. His highlights, he's just crazy. He's talented. He could sling the ball, and he's winning games. You know, they're 2-1. They want to.
They're 1-2. They got their first game.
Oh, it was
Sunday.
Okay. But I think the other ones would have been close or something, huh?
No, yeah, definitely.
But I'm sorry, they're gonna have to be 1-3 next because you know they're playing.
Oh yeah, they're playing the Steelers.
So I'm sorry they're going 1-3, but high praise for C.J. Stroud. Yeah,
man, definitely on the same boat with you there. He's averaging. He's completing 64% of his passes, man. 906 yards, ratio of 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, and a rating of 98. As good as you can get for a rookie quarterback. He looks very poised out there, man. Just completely comfortable there. And his offensive line is not even that great good. Too. So for him to just be poised, not turn over the ball yet, that's just inevitable, right? And just, you know, his receivers are helping him out too. You know, Tank Dell, Nico Collins. You know, just
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods. You know, he has some solid pieces around him, man. C.J. Stroud definitely looks like the best quarterback coming out of that class. Bryce Young looks not so great. Man. So I'm just really, really excited to see what else C.J. Stroud could do. This Sunday will be a big test for him. If he can not turn over the ball and continue to do his thing, Who knows what could happen? But Steelers defense, TJ Watt, he's going to be coming
Watt.
after.
I feel like
after they on QB
might throw his first pick that game, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All
Anything else you want to?
Nah, that's it.
Nah. Yeah, man. Just CJ Stroud. Hopefully, he keeps on doing his thing there. But yeah, man. Just overall, a ton of great games. Just real quick too. Browns defense looks for real. They allowed less than 100 yards against the Titans, which you could argue is something maybe the Chargers should have done there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Your Sunday night game was great too.
Oh yeah, no biter.
You allowed
Jimmy
11
G.
points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Not really that well. And then the Rams, man, just very, very, just real quick, just very, very frustrating there. Sean McVay's play calling was just horrendous. They only ran the ball 13 times. Matthew Stafford threw 33 times. This was just a collection of things that I worried about because two of their offensive linemen went down, especially the left tackle. Put in Zach Thomas. He completely got crushed by Trey Hendricks. Just very, very ugly game by Sean McVay in particular. I did not like his play calling there.
Yeah, I was
just
thinking
very frustrating there.
I heard a lot about that. I heard he went for a screen pass on a 3 and long or something like that.
It wasn't really. It was more of that he just abandoned the run game. I mean, okay, George. So you trade Cam Akers, someone who you wanted to let go of for the past year. You finally give the keys to the car. At least we assumed you gave the keys to the car to Kyron Williams, second-year player out of Notre Dame, and you only give him the ball 9 times. Like, this was the game. Like, George, especially on the road. The crowd's going to be pumping prime time against a rematch Super Bowl 56. You got to establish the run game. You got to quiet the crowd, man. And Sean McVay didn't do that. He threw the ball 33 times, especially he kept on throwing the ball after you had to throw the ball because you were down by then, but also too, you didn't convert in the red zone. You barely converted on third down. They were 1 for 4 in the red zone. They were 1 for 11 on third down. He just got too cute down in the red zone, and just overall very, very ugly play calling by Sean McVay. It was a very winnable game too, man, and that's what makes it even more. That they let it slip, huh? That's what makes it even more frustrating. And Joe Burrow wasn't Joe Burrow. His calf was clearly frustrating him, and we let that one slip away. Just very frustrating. Kind of took away the whole aura, the whole juice that I had from the first 2 weeks building up. Week 4 is going to be big. Another road game. Hopefully, Sean McVay learns from it. Establish the ball more against a Colts team who is still going to miss Anthony Richardson. So we'll see what happens there. Just wanted to get that out of the way. George, fantasy football. Moving on there. A lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of what the heck was that? You want to start off with the obvious, man?
Yeah, the best performer. But for the record, I lost in one of my leagues, my most important league. I lost. I went 2 for 3. You?
That was okay.
All right. Questionable management on my part. So, anyways, the best one we already know, the obvious, Raheem Mostert. Oh. You didn't have Raheem Mostert?
Oh, yeah, he was part of it. I just have the entire Miami offense.
Yeah, even the Buffalo, you could have put the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo defense.
Yeah. Devontae Adams had a good performance. Honorable mention, Devontae Adams.
Keenan Allen.
And then
Keenan Allen, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was spectacular. Who else?
Herbie.
Jamar Chase finally didn't shit the bed. Justin Herbert did spectacular.
But for the most part, it was Keenan, Devontae, and then I'm going to give it a Mostert. 13 rush attempts, 82 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 7 receptions for 60 receiving yards, and then 1 receiving touchdown.
Yeah, just like I said, mine is the entire Miami offense. Tua, he had 35 points.
Tua too.
The Miami had 10 total touchdowns, which is correct. I think they scored more touchdowns in 60 minutes than the Chicago Bears have scored the entire 2023 season so far. So if our little soliloquy didn't go through to you beforehand with the Bears, I hope that did. That stat alone, because that's just horrendous. Tua 35 points, Devon 49 points, half PPR, and then Raheem Mostert 41 points. Even Tyreek.
20
Tyreek League did his thing, 26 points. Yeah, just everything was fluid. Everything was clicking for the Miami Dolphins. Even Mike McDaniel, there was even an impersonator of him, or like a doppelganger of him in the stands there. So just everything was going right in Miami, and I don't see any reason for this to stop.
So you put for the best, you didn't put the whole.
Yeah, the entire Miami.
For my surprise was Devon, 18 rush attempts.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
203 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
4 receptions for 30 receiving yards, and he had 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, no one saw this coming, so I do not blame you. I do not blame you for not starting him. But I think you were contemplating starting him, which I call huge cap on that.
Oh my God! No, I just said
you said
that.
Yeah,
but I didn't think he was gonna do this. I just said maybe he gets.
Okay, no, but you seriously did not think about starting him. You didn't like Saturday or Sunday morning. You didn't think, you know what? I think I should start him.
I just contemplated him getting a rushing touchdown. Like 1 rushing touchdown. Like maybe he could get 1 rushing touchdown
So then how come you didn't start him?
Because I just thought the ceiling was better for A.J. Dillon because he was the only back in the backfield.
No,
clearly.
Well, A.J. Dillon hadn't done anything in 2
No, I know,
weeks.
but I don't know. I just thought he was going to turn up.
And you had Tank Dow.
Tank Dow, too. But also I thought Tank Dow. I thought that first game was just, we'll see what he does again. Now he made me a believer, but Tank Dow he's the real deal now.
No, definitely. Yeah.
And who did they play this past week? And they played the Jags.
Which
didn't look like a...
And he was a wide receiver 1 in that one.
Yeah, in that one.
Sure.
And yeah, he had 7 targets. I learned my lesson though. A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, he's not gonna do anything like that ever again.
He's
right?
gonna be in the waiver soon. So
okay. No, I'm talking about Devon.
Devon,
49 points.
Oh, not 49.
He's probably combined for 49. He'll be lucky if he combines for 49 in the next 4 games.
No, he's not. He's not gonna have 49. But I think he could get like 10, 12. 13 maybe.
That backfield is gonna get a little bit more.
Maybe one or two 20-point games, but obviously not 40 ever again. But he does look good. He looks explosive. He looks, he just looks like the real deal. He finds.
Well,
the Broncos.
No. Let me. Like these guys are in the NFL. They're professional athletes. Anyone could look like the real deal in 1 week. It's. You got to see if they could keep it up. Devon, he's shown that he could handle that type of role. We'll see what the Dolphins do. But like I said, that backfield is going to get crowded very, very quick. So these are good problems to have for the Miami Dolphins, right? Maybe Jeff Wilson when he comes back is gonna have not that type of game, but he's gonna be RB1. Sometimes Mostert is if he stays healthy. A-Chain and then Devon and who's the other one? Ahmed. Yeah,
they have a lot
of guys.
They have a lot of upside because they score a lot, so their upside is high because they're always in a scoring opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, so just I don't really consider their backfield. It's not really reliable because there's just a ton of guys that they have. It's committees, so
yeah.
But I don't think you could go wrong because of the way the Miami offense is. So if you want to start, if you have both, if you want to start them both, and go ahead and start them both. If if you're contemplating it, then also it's just like a roll of a dice.
And his Yahoo thing, another thing I was reading, how when you go to the description, it said McDaniel said that Devon's gonna have a higher role against the Broncos. It said in his thing, but I didn't know how. They sometimes say that and they don't even give him the ball. So that's why it's iffy. Like, okay, he's gonna have a higher role, but like how high? You get me?
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes they say that and then they just won't utilize them. Like,
Yeah, true. All right, George. Who were the duds? Who just completely crapped the bed?
Honorable mention: A.J. Dillon. And just A.J. Dillon.
No, you're only saying that because he's on your team.
Well, he was a dud.
No,
but the biggest
dud, more worse.
The biggest dud, King Henry.
Ooh.
He had 11 rush attempts on the run-heavy Tennessee Titans team, and he only had 20 rushing yards. That's really bad for King Henry.
Yeah, he
shouldn't even call him King. Just call him Derrick Henry.
No, he played like the Queen Henry for sure.
Yeah,
right there.
11 rush attempts for 20. Yeah, I don't know.
That's ugly. That was ugly.
Not even getting targeted or nothing. No passing upside. So yeah, that was my dud.
Yeah, I have a flurry of them. T. Higgins.
Oh, T. Higgins.
First, before he exited the game, went to the locker room. I forgot what it was for, but he exited the game, did not return. Only 3.10 points, 8 targets, 2 receptions, 21 yards. Devontae Smith, after his great 2 weeks, only 4 receptions for 28 yards. Apparently, Jalen Hurts has trouble targeting both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in the same game. So he's going to have to learn to maybe share the wealth for one game there.
Not.
And then, Derrick Henry, man, 11 rushes, 20 yards, only 2 points. I think we're starting to see the decline of Derrick Henry, man, as much as that pains me to say, because I am a big fan of his. But, yeah, man, just doesn't look like that same player that we've seen the past, 4 years.
Yeah.
So this could be the beginning of the end for Derrick Henry, and his backup Spears is got more rushing attempts than him, and I think that's going to continue. So we could be seeing a shift in the guard, a changing of the guard in Tennessee. He's on the wrong side of that running back age, that running back, that range that they have. So yeah, man, things aren't looking good for Derrick
Actually,
Henry.
when drafting Aaron Jones, I was actually thinking, well, that's why I didn't draft Derrick Henry, because he was he's 30?
Not sure.
He's on the older side.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have a passing upside. Like, he just runs. And how much can
even at his best, he didn't have that.
Yeah, and how much can you run with a 30, close to 30?
29.
Close to 30. How much can you run with a 30-year-old running back, So that's why even drafting Aaron Jones was a little iffy for me, because he's 29 too. But then come to realize A.J. Dillon is just so horrible that you have to keep Aaron Jones, You can't really move away from Aaron Jones at this point. Even if he's 29, he's better than A.J. Dillon, who's 26 years old. He just can't run. Another dud, Najee Harris, but that's been
No, he's just in that conversation already.
Yeah.
That's not even a surprise.
He's just, I'm a Steelers fan, but it's sad to see Najee Harris go on a decline so early in his career too.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren is looking pretty good too, though. He's really explosive off the handoff, and then he has the passing upside. So, I mean, but coming from a football perspective, if Jalen Warren is helping us win games, then we just roll with Jalen Warren. Whoever helps us win games.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, a lot of good, a lot of bad. Just hopefully week four. I mean, week 4 is gonna be more of the same, right?
Yeah.
So
more frustration.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking forward to that. All right, George. To close this out, me and you are gonna give our top 5 NFL teams heading into week 4. Who are your top 5, man?
You want to stop 5-1 or 1-5?
5 to 1.
All right, so at 5, I have the Cowboys. 4, the Chiefs. 3, the Eagles.
Oh my God.
3, the Eagles. 2, the 49ers, and number 1, the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
I feel like that's unanimous.
That's crazy.
What do you have?
Yeah, me and you are the same list. I'm just switching the Miami Dolphins and the 49ers. 49ers 1, Dolphins 2, Eagles 3, Chiefs 4, Cowboys 5. Why do you put the Dolphins number 1?
Just because we've seen, like you said, their secondary is enough to get you past, but their offense will make up for it. They're just explosive. You have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Tua Tagovailoa. They're just scoring points, It's a high-scoring offense. And so far we've seen Tua can sling the ball. I know you hated him for, like I said, has that changed your mind? Remember how you were saying, Tua's not that guy. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be that guy. What do you think now?
I'm still dying on the hill that, he's going to look 1 week. You're going to have weeks from him that he's going to look like the best quarterback since sliced bread. And then other weeks he's going to look like, okay, this is a Tua that,
but I feel like you get that
see
from
time
anyone,
to time. No, not really. You don't see that from Patrick Mahomes. You don't see that from Josh
Patty,
Allen.
Bro.
Okay. Okay, George, but
Actually-
but you see, okay, hold up, but you're seeing the stats that he's putting up, right? Okay,
Yeah.
week 1 he had 466 air yards, and then this past week, what he had four touchdowns, just completely went off. So he has his highs are just the same as his lows. You don't see that from Patrick Mahomes. You don't see that from Josh Allen. You don't see that from even Jalen Hurts. Like, yes, he's had a slow start, but eventually Jalen Hurts, when the 60 minutes are up, is okay. Yeah,
Well,
that's
week
Jalen
one.
Hurts.
Week one, Josh Allen actually.
George, you're taking one game. Josh Allen has shown this for his
I
entire
know.
career.
But now we're seeing
already.
a new year into us. So, like, we're going to see a new year. Maybe this year is a little different. Maybe he just stays consistent.
that Tua's stats are identical through 3 games as last year. Literally identical. Touchdown, interception ratio, yards, completion percentage, and record. Everything is completely the same. So, I mean, I'm not bashing on him, but I'm saying that the thing. Okay, my question is, can he keep this up? Because his like I said, his highs are just as is like the highs comes with the lows. Can he keep this up? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But so far, things are looking good. Obviously, injuries derailed him last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's not the case this year. I'm not praying on his downfall or anything like that. But we got to see it consistently. If he's a former first round quarterback for a reason, Mike McDaniel believes in so much. Miami Dolphins believe in so much. We got to see it. I mean, check. He hasn't even won a playoff game. He wasn't even a part of that playoff game.
Yeah.
So that's where my stand is until he proves it over and over and over again.
But that's why like I said,
No, that's
Miami
fine.
Dolphins
That's fine.
number 1. What? Who you put 49ers?
Yeah,
on?
man, I put the 49ers. I just think that they have the best defense, man. They just have talent, top to bottom, man, on offense and defense. Brock Purdy just fits so perfectly in the Kyle Shanahan offense. Ironic, it is not a mistake that the Miami Dolphins and 49ers are arguably the 2 best teams in the league. Kyle Shanahan, coming from his father, Mike Shanahan, legendary football coach, and Mike McDaniel coming from that Kyle Shanahan tree. So no mistake that these two teams are at the top, and especially their offenses, the way they just produce talent and the way they produce points. Christian McCaffrey, man, he scored a touchdown in his 12th game in a row, man.
Just December.
Just crazy, man. They just have a flurry of talent. Debo did his thing without Brandon Ayuk. George Kittle did his thing without Brandon Ayuk. So, when one person is down, man, just the other person steps up. Just
Debo, yeah.
They just don't skip a beat. It's just I don't know who's gonna beat them right now, man. I don't see it. Like even if it is like right now the 49ers and the Dolphins, I just think that their defense will prevail alone. So, but
Yeah.
can't go wrong there.
I almost didn't put the Cowboys after that loss they had this weekend. But
Yeah, it was pretty ugly.
I was between them or the Bills, but I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna say it was a little fluke. It was little mistakes. I still think Cowboys are a real deal. I'm excited to see Cowboys versus the 49ers. They're facing off. What week is that? So
I think that's gonna be pretty soon, actually. Let's see. Let me just look it up real quick. But yeah, man, just
I'm ready.
I'm on the same boat with you too. Just in terms of the Cowboys, I'm not gonna overreact to that. Football is a week-to-week basis, and you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
To week 5.
Week 5.
Yeah.
2 more weeks. No, next week.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an exciting game. Has Brock Purdy played a defense that good? No.
Who's he gonna play this week? Oh, the Cardinals. Yeah, no. This is gonna be his first true test. I mean, you could say that last year when he played the Cowboys in the.
Oh, that's right. But I mean,
NFC.
this year they look really like a big improvement. But I mean, like I said, week-to-week basis, that's gonna be a must-watch game.
Definitely, man. It's on Sunday Night Football for a reason. 2 of the biggest brands in football going head to head. Possibly a preview of the NFC Championship game. who knows if the Cowboys can finally get over that hump. Niners will definitely be there. Just is it gonna be, at least right now, is it going to be the Cowboys or the Eagles? So a lot to look forward there too, man. Man, I can't blame you for putting Miami at number one. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can't blame me for putting the Niners at number one too. Nah. So we'll see what happens there, and it should be another fun week. Just real quick, just Chiefs at 4. I know everyone was panicking about that week 1 loss to the Detroit Lions, but of course they come out in week 2 and week 3 and they do their thing, and it's like they never left. It's the same old Chiefs. Like I said before the season started, if you have Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes there, man,
Travis Kelce.
And Travis Kelce. I don't think you have anything to worry about there, and the power of Taylor Swift will prevail. Just crazy, man. Just real quick before we get out of this, did you see the 400% increase in the sales? Everything grew for Travis Kelce. His Instagram followers, his jersey sales, just all around. I don't know if this is more of a PR move that they're doing, or they genuinely have feelings for each other. I don't know. That's crazy, but regardless, it seems to be working out so far.
Yeah, he had a tutty. He had a tutty in Arrowhead. The Riz is there.
The Riz appears to be there, George.
He appears to be there. But the Chiefs are going to be chiefing it.
You know how the Browns are the Browns?
Are the Browns are the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and in a good way.
In a good way.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens in the future. But for now, the only reliable receiver on that team is Travis Kelce. That
worked last year.
That worked last year. I don't
see it stopping anytime soon.
But that's what I'm saying.
Man.
We saw that first week with no Kelce. You saw how bad the receiving core looked. So it's important that Kelce is healthy.
Yeah. But the thing is, George, this is not a secret. Everyone knows. No. I know. I'm just saying. Everyone knows you got to take care of 87. And what does 87 do? He still gets open.
Yeah.
He still gets open. He as dependable as my boxer briefs right now. That is as dependable. He's probably even more dependable than that, man.
Yeah.
He gets open. Defenses know they got to cover him.
And they don't.
And they don't. And if they do, he's going to find a way to get open.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just that magic that those three have, man. They are the best trio right now when it goes from quarterback, head coach, and pass catcher, man. They're the best trio. I don't see it stopping anytime soon, man. And, I wouldn't be surprised if next week we have them, as the best team just because of who they are, of what they've done, and what they're going to continue to do. So
yeah,
and then we'll see what happens.
The Eagles kind of started off slow as far as are they still the same Eagles team? They figured it out. They played the Bucks. They completely destroyed them. I think the Bucks only scored 10 points?
11. 25-11.
25-11. Eagles are looking great. AJ Brown, thank God, looking great. And then, I don't know, Eagles are still look like the same Eagles as last year with DeAndre Swift, who's been killing it these last 2 games. We knew he was going to be good. He did good with the Lions. That first game, he didn't play. I think he only had 1 snap. But overall, the run game is there. The defense is there. The offense is there. Eagles are just great. But like I said, the 49ers and the Dolphins have just shown more.
For sure.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Eagles jump to the number 1 spot eventually. But I'll keep them at number 3 for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, me and you have them same there. And yeah, the only concern with Swift is just his health. I mean, you had brought this up before we even started recording, and you're right. Just his health. It was never a question of his talent. Never a question of if he could handle the workload or anything like that. Just his health, and right now he's staying healthy, and he's proving to be a formidable back. I don't know if you watched the game or if you were tuning in at that time, but his dad is yoked.
I didn't.
His dad is like crazy yoked. He's like doing all these like crazy ass exercises. He was doing push-ups. He was holding 45 a plate, and he was doing push-ups like that.
No.
And he didn't have him straight up. He had him curved.
What the?
Yes, and he was doing push-ups.
That was like a core workout.
I was like, this guy's like crazy athletic, and obviously that's been translated to his son, who's like crazy athletic as well. So yeah, that was just crazy to see there. But George, thoughts, concerns, anything you want to vent out? Anything you want to say?
Nah, I mean, we're almost close to October. As far as football or anything? Anything close to October, me and Buddy. I just want to bring this up real quick. Spider-Man game coming out. Close to October.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Excited for that. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now.
Low key.
October, what, 22nd?
No, 20th.
20th. I already have it pre-ordered, so
yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
The only thing I want to get is the control, man. I still want to get it. Yeah. That's one thing I want to get.
That's something I just want to